So day 13, we're getting close to the halfway mark in our challenge. You'll start to see things ramp up here in the middle due to the work that we did at the start of the challenge and getting jobs booked and ringing people and whatnot. But this is a roof that we're doing today. So it's a painted roof, which is going to be challenging. That up there is pretty nasty. But what we're going to do is drop a heavy soap on it. We're going to let it sit and let it well hang out. As you can see, it comes off fairly easy. So I'm thinking I'm going to go a light mix just to see how it reacts. And then just going to spray a lot of the front roof and see where we go. Can't really mount a camera here. It is a fairly large house, so we've got a little courtyard, which is the most challenging part. But going to try and put a hose over the center behind this ridge. Put the hose over there, drop it into there, and then take the step ladder around, because you've got to walk through the house to get into that section. So, and this roof here is pretty steep to my liking. I don't like walking on these roofs at all. So we'll get up there, spray some chemicals and see what happens. And probably end up flushing the gutters out at the same time. You can see all this garbage here. Yes. It's mainly because the damn brackets, those brackets, they hang down so low, there's half an inch underneath that bracket. Then all the garbage just sits there and builds up. So when we got it on flush, we'll just blow these out. So you'll find a lot of this roof we can spray off the platform. We get it up over the roof like we've done before in other videos. Try and get it over the caps and clean the back side as well as the front side. So by the time we get around the back side, we've got less and less to clean. So I normally don't start at the front. I'm normally the back person. I'd normally start at the back of the house. But because we're going to get into that courtyard, I want to clean the front and then drop the hose over. So we're going to try and do that and get the courtyard done, and then I'll take the hose all the way at the back. So we're not cleaning right across the front, we're just cleaning to where we can get that done. So I was just waiting for the truck to fill up water because we ran out of water yesterday before I start the pump up and make sure we got enough flow. We'll get the chemical and soap going. Let's go. Alright, so I couldn't film because I had to go up on my bum to get up there because I got my wet shoes on, but that's a painted roof. It's 3 years old. So I've just thrown the hose over the other side, as you can see, and then we can pull it off with the platform ladder. We've got the platform ladder around there. So we sprayed this side, that side, over here and over here. We did have the neighbour come and yell at us because we're using chlorine on his side. And the last person, it's always the freaking last person. Alright, you guys, this is one for all the new guys. Wet everything down, you fucking... It's starting to piss me off. All these new guys coming through and they don't wet anything down. And I get the blame for it. I'm like, I'm not the last person. I wet everything down, I soaked it down, and then I come back and I wet everything down. Probably twice as much as I put chemicals on. Probably nearly 3 times as much I wet everything down. Get everything wet. Stop damaging plants or somebody else's property. Just gives me the shits. But I try. I do all these videos to help people out. And they're obviously not watching them. But anyway, we're going to head around the back get that done. We're going to bump it to chemical now. Time we get around there, we'll wet everything down, and then the chemical will come through, and then we can rinse everything. So, coming around the backside, we're spraying the last remaining chemicals. We're up over doing that flyover roof. We're just going to wait for that to settle, and just want to wait for a couple of these pops straight up the solar there in this back roof here. So we've still got chemical on the line. We're just going to hit that one again. Roof again, that's probably the worst one on the southern facing side. Look at that. Yeah, it's all falling off, so a little bit under there. I don't like spraying under the panels too much, because you don't want to hit the isolators underneath or blow off the caps of the isolators. Oops. So give that a few seconds. We're just going to rinse this glass down for him, and then we're just going to come back through and give everything a good flush out. So get that done now. All right, so we're on our second job. We got set up, so we've done our hose management, put all our hose out, so that way when we go over the roof, it doesn't coil up, it doesn't get tangled up, and we can drag it straight over the roof. So this is a fairly large roof, so we've got a big flyover, and then we got the main house roof. The main house roof is ColourBond, old ColourBond, so it's about 10 years old or so it's going to be easy to walk across. We'll jump up in a minute and have a quick look at this. Let's turn the water on. Everything is on tank water, so I'll show you that. Let me get up this ladder. While everything is dry, like this roof here, these are my everyday roofs I like to use. We could pressure wash this one, but we're just doing a soft wash. So what we'll do is we'll come over here and we'll drop chemical right around the whole roof. These solar panels are pretty dirty. We'll give them a bit of a scrub, get underneath the tops. So we'll give everything a hose down, and then we'll work our way back to this other roof. Once we give everything a good hose down, we'll let it sit, and then we'll come back and rinse. Should be a nice, quick and easy job. Whew. So you can see the tanks down the bottom there. There's a little cap at the bottom of the tank. That's called a first flush. There's one there, and then there's one there. So we just unscrewed them, pulled them out. So all the runoff will go down into those two tanks, and then we can get this done. So we might even do chemical rinse. Depends how hot the roof gets too. So if we can clean back to things, it'd be good. Went on really well. We just got back over to this side. We've probably got couple little spots, but the pump is going to blast them off pretty easy. So what we're doing here is we can still see there's a glisser on the roof. So all I do is I come back every 5 minutes and I just spray over the back side of the house. The good thing about this pump is I can get right over that back side without even stepping foot on the roof. So I can cover everything. I'm 20 meters from that point, and I can still get a mist over that roof without getting rid of too much of the chemical. So I can keep it wet, keep it going. There's a little bit down in these corners here where I'll probably have to spray a second. Oh no, I won't. I can just blast it off the roof. Probably have to do a small touch up on the second pass, but that's fine. And then down here, this was pretty light on, so we've just sprayed everything down to that point there. Because all I'm doing at the moment is I'm wetting my feet, I'm wetting the roof, because I'm going to wash all the way across. So I'm coming up here, I'm just going to wet the roof, get rid of all the soap, get rid of all the chlorine and any bit of algae that's trapped, all the bits of brown. So I'm just wetting off this roof here. And then I'm going to step onto that roof on the nails. And I'm going to climb up that roof. And because it's nice and dry, it's wet from the water, but the roof itself is nice and sticky and dry. So I'm rinsing. So just going to work my way around. I'm basically just blasting off the excess there, just blasting off those weeds as much as possible. I can always come back up with the blower and blow off the leaves. Just trying there's a little corner there that's stuck. So when we chuck back the chemicals, we're only going to have to do a couple of spots. Right. One thing there is quite good as well. So now we want to travel back up this roof. There's all of this rinsing. The more you rinse it, the safer it is to walk on. You got to walk at your own pace and make sure you're safe every time you walk. Every footstep, you got to make sure your footstep is good before you move. You can't just run up the roof. If you run up the roof, you can have problems. All you have to do is step on a bit of algae on the tapping that you haven't rinsed or something like that, and then you'll end up on the ground. But just take your time. So I'm actually I'm gonna put the phone down. I'm gonna blow all this out and get all that, because it's a lot easier for me to move around without the camera. All right, so we've done this roof in an hour and 5 minutes. So we've done that one. So quite a large roof. I think this one's 420 square meters by the sound of it. FYI, we use 135 liters of chlorine on the last roof, on that painted roof. So we probably used a lot less on this one because of the fact that I can walk across it and I can get onto it. And soap really helps to save a lot of chlorine. So the lady that lives in this place, she's got the carer that is organised the wash for her. I'm just going to drop down and do all the pathways. I'm just going to drop a bit of chlorine on it. So I've dropped a bit of chlorine off the roof up there. So I'm just going to get a heavy soap and chlorine mix. I'll probably use 30-40 litres of chlorine. We're just going to go around the whole pathway and clean all that up for her, because make it a lot easier for her to walk around. So I feel a little bit bad that I did the roof quickly, but we do charge per square metre, not per roof. And that way, because I shouldn't be punished because I've spent more money on gear than a little guy that's going to spend all day on this roof. So we're just going to do something nice today, clean that up. We just got a phone call for another job for the day, so we'll have 4 jobs on today. The next 2 jobs are only small jobs. One's a concrete retaining wall with a bit of block work in it, and then the other one's just flushing out a basement that flooded. So we're just going to go do those 2 after this one. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. We've done 2 big roofs, and we're just going to do this little bit for free and tidy that up and go from there. So this is what it looks like. Around here, you can see where we've dropped a little bit of chemical off the roof, so it comes up really easy. It is Spraycrete, and we have a little corner here. That's where we hit chemical before. So they've been hitting it with a little Karcher, but we'll just bomb this out now and get there. So I've just got to do the walkway and the stone wall. I can't film too much on this one. I've got a customer coming in. They got a person come in, they didn't realise come in today. But we're gonna get smashed into it. Well, we smashed that one out in like 35 minutes. Just the wand, we just used the 40 wand on that one, just wand the whole lot, just smashed into it, in and out. So that was the 3 jobs that we had today. We got an extra one that we pushed in this afternoon. Now it's only 1 o'clock, so we've saved 2-3 hours on those two first roofs, the way we did them. So we're going to push on to this extra one, then it's home time. So let's go have a look at it. Alright, so this is what we got for our last job. It's a bomb clean. So what happened is the septic blew out. So I don't know, whether the joint or something blew out. It's gone all over the sink. That's all been dried out. They've mopped and flushed as much as they can out, and then I'm going to come in and we're just going to bomb it out with chlorine, clean up all the skirting because it's sunk into the corners there. So we're just going to bomb it out. We'll let it sit for about 15 minutes because you just be careful of their stuff in the corner here. So we'll wet from this corner back and we'll let it sit, and then we'll come back in and flush it all out with water, because you won't be able to be down here once we put the chemical on the floor, because it's going to stink and have gases coming off it. So we'll get that one done. Nice easy job. There's not much in this one. It's just spray it, let it sit, come in, flush it out, and be done with it. So yeah, and then we'll just flush it all out this door. I just dumped the chemical out here. As you can see, there's a big difference. Just going to flush this out. And then what we'll do is we'll flood the water like this, going into the basement, pushes the air in, and then it dilutes the chemical on the ground as well. But when you leave it for about 15 minutes, it's not too bad, but it's still dangerous to go in there while the fumes are around. So just be mindful of that when you're doing jobs like this. You want to make sure you push the water in there every now and again, just to dilute what's there.